Hey everybody, it's April, and today we're going to be talking about wheel pose. Before we get started, I want to mention that my fun leggings are from Looney Legs. They make every yoga pose look and feel fabulous. Wheel pose is considered a master pose. It's also a more advanced backbending pose. And sometimes people are a little bit afraid of it, a little bit fearful, or you may just have some challenges getting into it. So we're going to talk about some prep poses for wheel, and I'm going to show you a little modification that you can use with blocks to help you start working on strengthening toward wheel pose. So I would never tell anyone to just bust out a wheel pose, especially at home, without being warmed up first. So you obviously want to do things like sun salutations, which you can find on some of my past videos, some shoulder openers, hip openers, and a few back bends. So as I mentioned earlier, one of the things you want to make sure you do before a wheel pose is warm-ups. And one in particular is shoulder warm-ups, shoulder stretches. So I have some past videos where I talk about some shoulder stretches, but today I'm going to show you one of my very, very favorites. And that is bringing your arms behind you. You can interlace fingers if that's available, or maybe you use a strap or a towel. Separating your feet, I like to separate mine a little further than hip distance, but that really doesn't matter what you're doing with your feet, so it could be wider or closer together. Inhale, lift your chest, pull your shoulder blades toward each other. On your exhale, begin folding forward as you bring your arms away from your body, reaching your knuckles away from you. Belly coming closer to your thighs. Oh, this is such a great warm-up for your shoulders, hips, hamstrings. You've got it going on. Getting ready for your... So keeping in mind that wheel is a big back bend, we want to do some back bending to warm up and get ready for that big back bend of wheel pose. So I really like doing Dhanurasana floor bow. So for floor bow, you're bending your knees, grabbing the tops of your feet with your hands. Maybe you can walk your knees and feet back together. Chin forward on the floor, let your shoulders relax. Get ready with a breath. And then begin kicking into your hands, lifting knees, lifting thighs, chest and shoulders peel up off the mat. Now your body weight comes forward into the middle upper part of your belly. And then see if you can look up, kick, kick. Feel those shoulders opening, and then come back down. Another great back bending pose that will help prepare you for wheel is Camel or Ustrasana. So for Camel, you want to start with your knees hip distance apart, hands to your lower back like you're putting your hands in your jeans pockets. Engage your quads, tighten up your glutes, pull in your belly. Inhale, lift your chest and lengthen. Exhale, press hips forward. Now maybe you stay here for your Camel, but if you can, maybe you can bring right hand to right heel, left hand to left heel. Every inhale, lifting your chest. Every exhale, pressing hips forward. And then to release, bring one hand to your hip at a time. Sit back on your heels, knees back together. Another great prep pose for wheel is bridge pose. So for bridge, you're lying on your back, bringing your heels up as close to your hips as you can. Feet are flat on the floor. Roll your shoulder blades in a little closer together. That starts opening up your heart, which wheel is a big heart opener on its own. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, press your feet into the floor as you lift your hips and pelvis. And then maybe you roll your shoulder blades in a little closer together and interlace fingers. But really think about keeping that lift and bringing your chest toward your chin rather than your chin toward your chest. And maybe squeeze your thighs toward each other just a little bit, keeping that activated. And then to release, lift your heels, release your grip, roll your spine down on the mat. So we've really gotten into the thighs and our hips and our shoulders. Got it going on, getting ready for your big pose wheel. So here's a little step-by-step of how to get into your wheel. So again, your knees and feet are hip distance apart, feet are flat on the floor. Bend your elbows, turn them to the ceiling, and bring your palms to the floor right by your ears, kind of out by your shoulders. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, lift your hips and pelvis. Now do this methodically. Press into the floor with your hands, lifting your chest, feeling your heart opening up. This is so invigorating. And one of the great things about wheel is that it's energizing, it helps relieve stress, helps prevent depression. You've got it going on while you're pressing into your wheel. And your goal is to try and straighten your arms. So think about pressing your armpits away from you. Trying to keep your feet flat. And then to release, tuck your chin, bend your elbows, bring the back of your head to the floor first, lift your heels again, rolling your spine down. Oh, wasn't that lovely? So wheel does take a lot of wrist, shoulder, arm strength in order to get up into the pose. If you're finding that maybe you're having a little weakness in those areas, you can try using blocks as a way to help get you ready for the pose and start playing around with it a little bit until you are strong enough to do it without. So you want 2 blocks that you're going to place at an angle up against the wall. Make sure they're up here sturdy, because you're going to put your hands on those. So get yourself back into the position. Your head goes between the blocks. Bend your knees, heels up by your hips. Bring your hands to the blocks, elbows toward the sky. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, lift your hips and pelvis, and then press into the blocks, lifting your hips, lifting your chest. So you're going to start getting the feeling of what it's like to do your wheel pose. And you can do that anytime. And I always suggest to people, try doing the pose without the props. And if you find that you need them, they're there for your use. Again, I like to remind people also that blocks are your friend. They are there to help you. And a lot of people try to think that they're a crutch and that you shouldn't use them, but no, they're there for a reason. Use the blocks and you will get to where you can do the wheel without them. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, be sure to subscribe to the Looney Legs YouTube channel so you don't miss the next episode. You can also subscribe to my channel, Handstanding Grandma, for even more fun. See you soon.